speak to it. Speak to it. Yeah. Shola, can you come to the stage? Adjust the volume. Come to
The volume. You said volume can be adjusted.
no, volume cannot be adjusted.
Oh.
I said that if you
So that
yeah, you can bring it closer. What I meant is, so if you can place it like this here on that side.
oh, okay.
Yes.
people making faces very cool. Carry me away, far from the circles that never breaks. Hey, hey, hey. Going home. Where this road goes, I already know. Where everybody cares for one another, and they take you as their sister. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, there's laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. And there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, ayo. All up and ready for takeoff, so I can fly away. House is getting smaller the way up. In my heart a sunny day, dreaming of me on stage. 5 years ago.
Traffic.
Where is it? Where is it? Who is supposed to sit with Dr. Barbary? Who is supposed to be sitting there? National Chamber. Fellow shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, it is with pleasure that I welcome you to this 42nd annual general meeting of our company, Nigerian Aviation Handling Company, PLC, NAHCO AVIANCE. Pursuant to provisions of the Business Facilitation Act 2022, which provides for ease of doing business and ensure transparency, efficiency, and productivity in Nigeria, Section 11 of the Act, which amended Section 1240 2 of the Companies Allied and Matters Act 2020, empower public companies to conduct general meetings electronically. Therefore, the company decided to hold this AGM virtually in line with the provisions of the law. The AGM is being zoomed live and streamed live globally in real time for participation of shareholders. I call on Dr. Farouk Umar to please offer an opening prayer. Yeah, he's online.
Hello?
Please go ahead.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I can hear you clearly.
We pray to God to let this state.
Is it an opening prayer? I can't hear clearly.
It's an opening prayer. Let's Dr.
Thank you
Farouk
so much,
Umar.
sir.
Yeah.
Father, in the name of Jesus, I bless you.
Dr. Umar.
Please go on.
Lawrence.
So I would like to call the company secretary to confirm that we have a quorum for this meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. May I call on the registrar to confirm attendance of members at this meeting?
Thank you, Company Secretary. Morning, Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, regulators here present, and distinguished shareholders of Nigeria Aviation Handling Company PLC. I welcome you once more to the 42nd Annual General Meeting of NAHCO Plc. As registrars, we are here to give the attendance report for this meeting. We currently have a total of 33 members in attendance at commencement of this meeting in person and by proxy, amounting to 858,246,310 units of NAHCO Plc shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Registrar. So in accordance with the Article 62 of the Company's Articles of Association, the quorum for this meeting is 25 members, present in person or by proxy, holding not less than 10% issued share capital. Therefore, considering the number in attendance as mentioned by the registrar and the percentage holding, a quorum has been duly formed for this meeting, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you once again, Company Secretary. So, having confirmed that we have a quorum for the meeting, I now declare the meeting opened. In line with the notice of meeting and our 2022 annual report and accounts, already in your possession, is there anyone who doesn't have one? No. You have it. We have the business of the meeting set out therein. Shareholders will be asked to consider each item on the agenda, and we have the opportunity to second each motion put to the meeting. There will then be an opportunity for questions on the motions before the votes on them are taken. Shareholders have been provided with a link to join this meeting virtually. And you could see that somebody prayed from online. I would like to introduce members of the board, starting with myself. My name is Dr. Shende Oladapo Fadeni. On my immediate right is Mr. Idrani Gupta. Next to him is Mr. Akinfani Mokun. Next to him is Mr. Suleiman Tafik Sama. And next to him is Mrs. Adebakin. And next to her is Mr. Said, or Prince Said. Eh? And on my left, immediate left, you always see him there. Next to him is Egina Umagambo. Next to him is Egina Shola Alabi. Next to him is Dr. Shola Obabori. One person is missing. I think that's Professor Opara. Is he coming? Okay, Mr. Shobayo. Don't worry. We will admit you by prosy. Just come on.
Come. So it's in the...
No, here. This sugar.
You said it's there.
So representing Cardinal Stone Registrars Limited, the registrar of our company is Mr. Raymond Akoka. All right, thank you. We have the representative of Ernst & Young, the external auditors of our company, Mrs. Omobola Alebios. Audit committee members who are shareholders, Dr. Okwan Awa Aaron, Alaji Mohammed Gambo Fage, Mrs. Adebisi Oluwayemisi Bakare. The representative of regulators, SEC, NGC, and CAC have joined the meeting to monitor it virtually. Representing the Corporate Affairs Commission is Mr. Salisu Abubakar. The representative of Nigerian Exchange is Ms. Brenda Duke. The representative of Security and Exchange Commission, SEC, is Mr. Shehu Sani Makachi. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I now call on the Company Secretary to read the notice of the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Notice is hereby given that the 42nd Annual General Meeting of Nigeria Aviation Handling Company PLC, NAHCO AVIANCE, will hold today virtually on this meeting link. Today, Friday, 26 May 2023 at 11 a.m. to transact the following businesses. Ordinary business, to lay the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2022, together with the report of the directors, external auditors, and the audit committee thereon. 2, to declare a dividend recommended by the board of directors of the company in respect of the financial year ended 31st December 2022. 3, to re-elect the following directors who, being eligible, offer themselves for re-election. Dr. Shende Oladapo Fadeni, Mr. Taufik Oluwatoyin Salman, Professor Eyina Opara. 4, to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditors for the financial year. 4, to authorize the director to fix the remuneration of the external auditors for the financial year 2023. 5, to disclose the remuneration of the managers of the company. 6, to elect members of the audit committee. Special businesses, to consider and if thought fit to pass the following as ordinary resolutions: to approve the remuneration of the directors of the company for the year ending 31st December 2023. 8, pursuant to Rule 20, Rule 8 of the Nigeria Exchange Issuers Rules, that the general mandate given to the company to procure goods and services and enter into such incidental transactions necessary for its day-to-day operations from its related parties or interested persons on normal commercial terms be and is hereby renewed. A member of the company entitled to attend and vote at this meeting is entitled to appoint a proxy to attend and vote in his place. A proxy need not to be a member of the company. Further to the signing into law the Business Facilitation Miscellaneous Act, which allows public companies to hold meetings electronically. This AGM is being held virtually, and the link has been given to the shareholders, sent to the shareholders, and it can also be seen on the company's website. Thank you. All this is by order of the board, signed by Bello Abdullah. Thank you.
Thank you, my very good shareholders, for that. I mean, it has saved us our time. Distinguished shareholders, I would like to proceed with the reading of my statement, or do I have your mandate to take a read? Those in favor, say aye. Those against, say aye. I declare the motion carried. I now ask the representative of the auditors to read out the auditor's report. That's the only one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, distinguished shareholders, members of the Board of Directors, Audit Committee members, and regulators present. The audit opinion starts from page 48 to extended to page 51 of the financial statement. With your permission, I will read the audit opinion on page 48 and basis for audit opinion on the same page, then proceed to page 51 to read the report on other laws and regulations. Do I have your permission, please?
Yes.
Thank you. My name is Omolola Alebioshu, representing Ernst & Young. Independent auditors report to the members of Nigeria Aviation Handling Company PLC. Report on the consolidated and separate financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2022. Our opinion. We have audited the consolidated and separate financial statements of Nigeria Aviation Handling Company PLC, the company, and its subsidiaries, together the group, which comprise the consolidated and separate statement of financial position as at 31st December 2022, the consolidated and separate statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, the consolidated and separate statement of changes in equity, and consolidated and separate statement of cash flows for the year they ended, and notes to the consolidated and separate financial statement, including a summary of significant accounting policies. In our opinion, the accompanying consolidated and separate financial statements give a true and fair view of the group and the company's financial performance as at 31st December 2022 and its consolidated and separate financial performance and cash flow in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matter Act 2020, and in compliance with Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act number 6, 2011. Basis for our opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with international standards on auditing. Our responsibility on those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibility for the audit of consolidated and separate financial statements section of our report. We are independent of the group and the company in accordance with International Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants, including International Independence Standards, IESBA Code, together with the ethical requirements that are relevant to our audit of the consolidated and separate financial statements in Nigeria. And we have fulfilled our other ethical responsibilities in accordance with these requirements of the IESBA Code. We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide basis for our opinion. Page 51. Report on other legal and regulatory requirements. In accordance with the requirement of the 5th schedule of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. We confirm that 1. We have obtained all information and explanation which to the best of our knowledge and belief were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2. In our opinion, proper books of account have been kept by the group and the company insofar as appears from our examination of those books. 3. The consolidated and separate financial position and consolidated and separate statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with books of accounts. 4. In our opinion, the consolidated and separate financial statements have been prepared in accordance with the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, so as to give a true and fair view of the state of affairs and financial performance of the company and its subsidiaries. Signed by Omolola Adelebioshu, dated 29th of March 2023.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. I now call on the chairman of the audit committee to read out the report of the audit committee. Dr. Opanwa. Is it Opan or Apan?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished members of the board, fellow shareholders. The report of the audit committee is on page 45 of the annual report and accounts. Page 45. Report of the audit committee for the year ended 31st December 2022. In accordance with the provision of section 404 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, members of the audit committee of Nigerian Aviation Handling Company PLC report as follows. We have exercised our statutory functions under section 404 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 and acknowledge the cooperation of the management and staff in the conduct of these responsibilities. We confirm that the accounting and reporting policies of the group are consistent with legal requirements and agreed ethical practices. 2, the scope and planning of the external audit are, in our opinion, adequate. 3, the internal control system was in order. 4, the independent auditor's management letter comments were satisfactorily dealt with by the management. 5, we have reviewed the consolidated and separate audited financial statements prior to the board's approval, signed by Dr. Okpan Awhua RM, Chairman. Members dated 29 March 2023. Members of the Audit Committee, Dr. Okpan Awhua RM, Chairman. Mr. Muhammad Gambo Fage, Shareholders Representative. Mrs. Adebisi Oluwayemisi Bakare, Shareholders Representative. Engineer Muhammad Gambo Omar, MNI, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Tajuddin Muyashola Shobayo, FCA, Non-Executive Director. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The audited financial statements for the year ended 31st of December 2022, together with the director's report and the reports of auditors and the audit committee, have been circulated to all shareholders as required by law. I hereby lay the audited financial statement for the year 31st of December 2022, the report of the directors, the auditors, and audit committee thereon before the meeting. This is the one, right? Yeah, I made it so. It's already open, everybody has seen it already. Thank you very much. Shareholders now have opportunity to ask questions and make comments relating to the reports and accounts. In doing so, however, it will help to ensure that we give the right answers if you could refer to the page of the annual report and accounts to which your questions relate. Please note that all questions will be taken together, answers provided later. Wow. Sir.
Mr. Chairman, board members, regulators, all other shareholders watching online, Adio A. Alex is the name, and I lead Dynamic Shareholders Association. Mr. Chairman, it's a great pleasure for me to be part of this meeting this morning, and permit me to start on the note of commendation. I'm going to be as brief as possible so that I can save time for many of us that will be online watching live. My commendation starts from the page 5, sorry. That is the notice of meeting. The key thing there for shareholders is dividend. And that is what you are giving to us via this meeting today, which will be approved. And why am I saying you have done well is the consistency in dividend payments. And if shareholder online will join me, I think whether they are clapping or not, you deserve the round of applause. You have been very, very consistent, and that is one thing in business. Some of us who has been part of NAHCO from day one, we know the movement and we can see what you have helped to produce this time around. Then I go quickly to page 4, financial highlights. I will align that with 31 and 90, something that has to do with the financials. This table speaks for itself, Mr. Chairman, the performance of our company this year. Revenue, I want to commend the Office of the Company Secretariat, who agree with me and others that there's a typo there, that we actually moved from 10.23 to 16.707. That is fantastic. And when we look at the profit after tax, we have moved from 771 to 2.7. This is equally great, and we are having dividends of 120 kobo this morning, which is equally great as a return on our investment. If you look at the price of our shares today, by yesterday, if my distance is right, it has doubled from what we have here, is about 10 Naira. That is fantastic, if what I've seen there is right. So, Mr. Chairman, we have done well with all this. And I demand for another round of applause for the board and management. I quickly go in depth into the financials again, Mr. Chairman, and I'm looking at the trade receivables, and that should be on note 35. Page 92, I want to take it together so that I'll be fast. Page 92, 101, note 30 and note 32. What is there in there is the trade receivables. And I'm looking at expected credit loss. So that I'm just giving advice on this, Mr. Chairman, that we have to watch our receivables very well and put apparatus in place so that, we won't have, as much as possible, no losses by the type of business that we are doing, so that we can bring in more kick for the shareholders. Please, I want explanation on deferred income so that a layman can understand. You can see that deferred income, that is note 30. Please just give us a brief explanation. Those are at least a layman will understand what we have there. And donation page 28, that is fantastic, Mr. Chairman, but I want to quickly advise that let's begin to look to some other areas. That looks too much to your domain is good. Keep it up. Giving is what? Giving is living. Provision for unclaimed dividends, that is attached to what you have circulated. That is fantastic. Let's work with the registrar so that we can get it done better. I want to look at CEO statements and advise that should be page 11, the last paragraph. Page 11, the last paragraph. In fact, that should be the last one. But the key thing there is, what I observed there is that you actually mentioned virtually everybody Next time, please put shareholders and stakeholders. Don't just appreciate the stakeholders alone. Shareholders and stakeholders. Let me stop at that, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Let me just go to the left. Don't worry, I will take people in the middle. We are not many.
The chairman of Nigerian Aviation Holding Company PLC, our tireless directors of this great company, fellow distinguished shareholders, good morning. My name is Okezia Boniface, the National Chairman, Progressive Shareholders of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, like the first speaker, I am highly delighted to be here today. This great company has been shown consistency in its outing with the shareholders. And that is the whole of the business. The dividend, the capital appreciation of its equity, that have gone almost, is it 200% today, from 6 Naira to 13 Naira presently. Mr. Chairman and the MD, what is the magic that you have brought to bear from 136 kobo as against 38 kobo last year? Double. Mr. Chairman, from 41 kobo to 120, 1 Naira 20 kobo. What's the magic? 16.7 billion revenue from 1.023 billion previous year. Mr. Chairman and MD, what is the magic? I need to be explained, I need to be told. How do you write these things when other companies are not doing very well today? When the economy headwinds have bring everybody down. And NAHCO, even though, I mean, in terms of flying, you are doing handling services at the airport, providing, you know. A lot of people are not flying after the COVID. What is the magic, Mr. Chairman? I think I want to commend you for this noble performance today. Every shareholder must be glad, even those watching online and those present here, must be glad and grateful to this great company. The word of the chairman, he said that's the whole of business. Most of you are retirees. So when you invest in a company, what you look at is dividend for you to keep for the rainy days and to keep soul and body busy. Mr. Chairman, I want to commend you as an astute businessman, that knowing that as a businessman, those who are invested must be rewarded when you make good profit. Mr. Chairman, profits after tax also trickling me 3.8 billion as I get 924 billion. This is very commendable. Fantastic. Mr. Chairman, that means come next year, we're going with 2 Naira dividend with this kind of result.
Amen.
Because by the time they sworn in the new government, maybe things will change. If the outgoing have performed abysmal poor, but we are looking at the new government to take out of the wood. That means there are more business, more aeroplane coming in, flying in and out. That means we will do more business to earn more higher earning. Because I'm believing that come next year, we must have 20 billion Naira earning revenue. It's doable if Chairman can do this one and the MD. Because when I spoke to him last year in Abuja, he told us, I think when he was appointed newly, he said we should not excite patient that is coming to do the magic. That's what we are listening today. So MD and all the co-workers, I commend all of you, and I pray for a good health of the workers. Ask them free in whatever operating. God will help us.
Amen.
We will surmount all the problem if we can able to achieve this result in terms of this period of economic depressions. And we have sharing 1 Naira 20 from 41 kobo. Haba. God bless all of you. God bless all of you. Mr. Chairman, if you look at page 80 and 82 there, in terms of operating expenses, Mr. Chairman, I want to commend you. From 16 billion, we are having 3.7 billion. It is not easy to do a business in Nigeria. High cost of living, high cost of doing business. That's what is obtained. Mr. Chairman, and you are able to come with 3.7 as again 2.5. I think that is commendable. But what thinking is auditors, that even as you that high revenue or profit, they would have said, pay us 20-something million, but at least from 18 million to 20 million. So auditor, take it easy by easy. I know the profits are coming. You don't want to have more increase. But I thank God for you that you didn't increase more. I'm expecting that revenue have up. You want to also shut up because the economy is down and the inflation is high. Everybody buying the same open market. So I want to commend the good work for auditors. But that does not mean when I praise you that next year you should increase it. So hold it with the one you have already increased now. We are coming up gradually. As the chairman is increasing the stakeholders, my brother was saying shareholder. All of us are stakeholders. As the stakeholders, we believe that as our own is up there, other people, etc., including the workforce, will also go up. Mr. Chairman, whom much is given, much is expected. And I want to commend this board that looking at the area of payroll cost, 1.57 billion, as against 1.017, is a good one. And that means the workforce must up and doing in terms of giving their good services to this great company. Every worker must have his reward when they do well. Mr. Chairman, I want to commend the audit committees. I don't want to touch the area the first speaker has spoken. So that the board is a listening board. Mr. Chairman, we want to run here as quickly as possible. Today is Friday. The company secretary, I want to commend him for giving this annual report at a time when it's due with the cardinal stone. They are doing very well. And I know before we leave here now, a lot will hint him, bam, bam. That's the good of registrars. So I commend them what they are doing. I pray for this company for more business, for more input, for flying in and out, and more company aviation will come. I mean, those who are running the aircraft, more of them will come and list. More of them will come and fly and do business with Nigeria so that they will have the hospitality of NAHCO in providing good services to those who are flying in and out within the country. Chairman, God bless you with good health. God bless all the board members. God bless our workforce. God bless every stakeholders that are patronized us over the year. Our clients, I pray for them for have more smooth flying, accident-free, wherever they're operating, so that we can earn more dividend. God bless all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will call you guys. I'll call you, please. But I want to look. Is there anybody online that wants to speak?
Yes, they are all there.
Oh, let me see. Who is around? Who is it?
They are all around. Everybody, anyone you call.
Dr. Faruk Umar. Dr. Faruk Umar, are you there? Network. Okay. So, in the absence, please, sir, go ahead.
The chairman of the board of NAHCO Plc, the directors here present, my fellow shareholder, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Patrick Ajudwa. I said good morning to all. The chairman, I want to adopt all that have been said by the first two speakers and to continue to pray for you and your board for good health.
Amen.
And then also for God to continue to grant you the grace to do more for the company. We also want to also put on record our appreciation to the company secretary who ensure that we get the annual report on time and as at when due. We appreciate you, sir. We thank also the members of the audit committee for working in harmony with the company and ensuring we have a smooth meeting too. Mr. Chairman, quickly there are two observations quickly I want to bring to your notice. One is to tell us we saw the absence of Sir Nwosu today in the meeting. So when you are introducing, you didn't say anything regarding that. So we want to know, the state now. Two is on page 51, where we have the external auditors report. And of course, they have mentioned that they increase their fee, but they forget to also sign and date their accounts, which is very paramount on page 51. And it's very important that going forward, they don't look at the money alone, but but they look at also compliance with necessary regulation. So I joined them to commend the result for a significant investment in the facility upgrade, especially the ground support equipment. The revenue was driven by growth from passenger aircraft handling and cargo handling centers. Despite difficult operating environment, turnover rose from 63% to 16.7 billion, as well as the profit after tax, which to me is the highest in 5 years of NAHCO. Let's give them a round of applause. Mr. Chairman, on your statement on page 10, I want to really join you in a clarion call, and that was why we are here as shareholder. I want to add my voice to the call for the new government of Asiwaju Tinubu to support the sector in the area of sourcing foreign exchange for the ground support equipment and for the release of unremitted airline funds. It is fear that investors be allowed to remit their hard-earned fund as at when due. So I join you in that call, and I hope that government will listen to us. On page 11, the MD statement, I want to agree with you that the sterling financial performance was made possible by over 100% increase in aircraft handling tariff rates in spite of protest from the custom agent, importers and exporters. This we hope will further boost and strengthen the revenue and profit growth of the company in 2023. But my question to you, sir, this morning is what effort is being made to cushion the effect of volatility in the aviation industry through acquisition and diversification into non-aviation related business activities as we continue to witness the slow rate in our cash flow. Mr. Chairman, they have mentioned issue of dividend. We want to thank you. We appreciate you for the Naira and we are hopeful, Mr. Chairman, that in your magnanimity, which you have said amen to the 2 Naira, we are hoping that 2023 you will give us an interim dividend, which will make us to have cash quickly, because Asiwaju is going to perform. And we know when we have that cash, we can also be able to do well with regard to our own expenditure. On page 12, Mr. Chairman, what is your projected future outlook for 2023? Taking into cognizance your commitment to best handling service for your clients, the new policy of incoming administrator, and the recent hike also in monetary policy rate. Some of these factors are things that we look forward, that will reshape 2023. So we look forward to you giving us how you intend to go about this. Mr. Chairman, today is not a day of long speech, as we have said. And also, I will go and round up right now, Mr. Chairman, because we have a lot to do, and those who are going for prayer. So on a final note, Mr. Chairman, we have seen the performance. How do you hope to consolidate and sustain this performance, and also to position the company in a way to harness emerging opportunities with extensive nationwide coverage? I will not forget to mention the role by all the subsidiaries on page 90. The investment in our subsidiary, the group subsidiaries have also shown resilience and have started making notable contribution to the group performance by providing additional support base. So in line with this, Mr. Chairman, we are hoping and praying that with the contribution from the subsidiaries and also with this increase in tariff rates, 2023 will be a very, very good year for NAHCO, for its staff, for the stakeholders, and for everybody. Once we are able to curtail and checkmate or moderate our OPEX, we are going to arrive at a very good bottom line. I pray for you, and I pray for all the company that this year will be a year of glorious end for us. Amen. Mr. Chairman, remember what you told me last year? You said, when I said the price is rising, I need to go and buy. You told me, go and buy. That was when it was at 5 Naira. And as if you are a prophet, I'm looking forward to you again to give me an advance. Now that it's 13 Naira, should I still go and buy? Thank you very much.
Don't say. Anybody online? Dr. Anthony Omojola, Mrs. Odewa Tope, Alhaji Kabiru Tambari, Mr. Eric Akinjuro, Alhaji Bashir Mohammed.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Dr. Mojola, I want to speak.
Please, you can talk, sir. Dr. Mojola.
Huh?
Dr. Mojola, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
My chairman, board of directors,
But I can't see him.
key stakeholders around, thank God for being here today. It's another joyous moment. Mr. Chairman, the fantastic result is welcome, and I pray that God bless all the bakers of the cake. But the question, sir, why do we allow the taxman to come and take a lion's share from us? The lion's share has been taken by the taxman. I don't think it's good and fair that we allow them to take so much from us. Looking at the attendance, sir, the board members, the attendance is very, very impressive. Now, all our trustees, the board representatives, board members, to please keep it up. On page 101, related with the independent auditor's report, how far have we gone in recovering part of the receivables, which will impact positively on our expected credit losses on page 101. I'm talking of the key audit matter observation from the external auditors. Going forward, sir, on pages 118 and 119, page 118, cargo handling brings more profit than the other segments to us. Let's pay more attention to it for more profitability. And on page 119, thank the board and management for helping more people to secure employment. In a dependable economy like ours, the average of 130 people employed will feed over 500. So I thank you very much for this opportunity. I wish our company more successes, and I wish God to protect each and every one of us going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you, sir. Alhaji Bashir Mohammed, are you there?
Hello, Mr.
Eric,
Chairman.
okay.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Who is Eric?
Good morning, Mr.
Eric, okay. Good morning, sir. How are you, sir?
Yes, sir. Quickly, because I'm listening to the encomium poured to the company from the previous speakers, and I want to join them to appreciate the good work that you have done to give us this wonderful result this year. Because here the result of the previous years, we are very happy shareholders. Particularly the dividend you are giving to us is quite commendable, and I want to appreciate you on this, Mr. Chairman. And also, on this note, I want to the federal government of Nigeria concerning the newly constructed airport terminals. Where we are operating, they created an enabling environment for us. and we are imploring the incoming government to please create more enabling instruments for
creation of a dividend. The board of directors has recommended that a dividend of 1 Naira per share, subject to withholding tax, be declared in respect of the year ended 31st December 2022. Are there any questions before a motion is put?
Are you with me, Mr. Chairman?
So he's in another meeting.
Hello.
All right, sir. Please, can you take the offline people off? Yeah, there's a lot of disruption from somewhere. Thank you, Mr. Eric. Thank you very much. Eric Akinduro, unfortunately, you are disrupted by another call. So we will take the people physically present now. If there are any opportunity again, I will allow you to come in. Thank you very much. So go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, other erudite scholars on the board of NAHCO Plc, other speakers, they've done well to give praises to this board. I know this board is a listening board. My name is Honorable Bright Tumabuago. I am the National President of Awhua Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Based on the performance of this company, the chairman, you brought your ingenuity. I know it was the child of your brain, the result we are seeing, inclusive other board members and staff of NAHCO. I want to thank you people for this great result. Others have spoken well in these aspects. I'm going to digress a little. Page 11, the MD made some gladding statements here in respect to our performance. He listed some of the factors that gave us this result, positive results. I want to ask, what are the policies to hold this factor into progress next year? How do I mean? What are the policies of this company to upgrade to the highest level so that we will still have much profit next year? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. That's the first one. Please. I will take you. Just listen to it so that we can just run it up.
Thank you, Chairman. I am Moses Ibrude, the now current National Coordinator of Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir. You see, I will start from this note. When men of good way ascend the throne, the populace, the masses enjoy. What I've seen here, sir, you are leading, you are a man of good way, leading the board, men and women. And for that, we have seen an excellent performance in NAHCO. Your earning per share, many people have talked about excellent, going from 41 kobo to 130 something kobo, just 1 year. That is excellent. And that is why everybody is happy. A man of good way. And when the Holy Book said that men of good said, people enjoy. That is a testimony to that. Thank you very much, sir. And I want you, and I want the board and the management to keep it up. I will specifically, after commending and appreciating you as a chairman, there's another man there, the Piro, Mr. Peter, and the 2 executive directors. You have done a great job. We, the stakeholder, the shareholder, are here again taxing you and your team. to come and put on that good way. We are expecting much from you. This is a Nigerian company, and this company must work. We must show to the world that we have what? Men of good way. That is the task I'm giving to you today. And again, we appreciate what you have done, and we are expecting more. That is that is the commitment for this year. Chairman, I will join on on your statement, page 8. You made bold to say, and the shareholders and the stakeholders will help you to appeal that the federal government should release the fund that owe to the other airline, because our image is at stake. And once our image is at stake, what happens? Other businesses will work, we will. Airlines will not come. So we are appealing that they should listen to the board, so that only you will not be the person that making a big saw it on your. That is why I'm order Patrick and myself to appeal to the voice of reason. Again, when you 117 and on your statement on subsidiary, that is page 8 of the subsidiary. We have a lot of subsidiary. Then when you go to page 117 or 118, revenue segmentation, you will see we have 3 revenue recognition. Others, why is the third one? I just want to ask, what is a subsidiary? The 5 subsidiaries we have, what are they contributing? And not only like that, what are we doing? What are the strategies we are putting in place to make sure that all the subsidiaries we have are working or contributing to the business? As a business, we need to diversify gradually to increase our revenue base. And doing that, we know that we are going to go to a higher level. Then when you go to 5 years summary, 1, 2, 2. See in that place. I'm going to focus on your profits after tax. 5 years. 2018, 196 million. 2019, 117. 20, that is, I'm talking of profit after tax. 17 is for 2019. 2020, 302. 2021, 771. This year, or last year, 2022. You have moved away from million to what? Billion. You need to clap for them. That is for the very first time. So you've moved not only 1 million, you move it to what? 1 billion. 2 billion. Now, the question is, how do we sustain this? Sustainability. The board. Piro, you are here. We know you where you come from. The other executive. How do we sustain this?
Yeah, putting me in trouble.
No. Chair, we are not putting you in trouble. We are giving you hope. How do we sustainability?
The MD is beside me.
Oh, MD. Go. Now, these 2 of them I'm talking. The MD and the Piro and the 2 of them.
Okay, just continue.
Yes, sir. The MD, he performed very well. It's just that we need to put our strategy in place in how to sustain the business. And finally, what I'm always proud of, and I always say it anytime I see things like that happen, is this. What others can do, we Africans can do it. The question is this. I've looked at how the people who owns the business, 4 or 3 people with the company, that have the shares, the core investor. Who are they? They are Nigerians. Today we are declaring dividend. When you get your dividend, where will the money be? Are you going to move it away? No, in Nigeria. So that is why I always encourage Nigerian people who take it upon themselves, no matter the economic hardship, no matter the economic challenges, whatever, you put your money somewhere, you want to run the business, our prayers are with you. It is we that can build this country, no other person. We. And some of you have taken the bull by the horn. God Almighty, the creator of the heaven and earth, will guide you people, protect you, and give you wisdom to make sure that what you continue like that. Never you feel on. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You know, so some of our brothers are going to pray. So I'm just going to allow one person more. So please as quickly as possible. I think we need to allocate time now.
Thank you, my chairman.
Yeah.
I'm standing on a system protocol. I'm Comrade Lawrence Oguntoye. The performance, the results at glance, already speak for itself. And I'm not really surprised because I may mention something last year when people laughed that I'm expecting the magician from India. And I can see the hands that the reflection here has to do with the collective efforts of the effective, resilient, productive, energetic, genius board and directors. What we are celebrating today is worthy of celebration. And if blind man should take a step of faith to open what we are celebrating, his eyes will open. And according to Yoruba, yini yini keni shemi, I want to appreciate the indefatigable chairman and permit me to sing in Yoruba. Chairman, ma ba sere lo. Dr. Deinde, ma ba sere lo. Iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ máa ń tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn. Chairman, ma ba sere lo.
Thank you very much, sir.
My able chairman, this result. Very much.
Thank you very much.
So, my chairman, what we are celebrating, I said something last year. When I look at the operating costs, it's somewhat high. But when I read this annual report, I read as if I'm going for ICANN. And I could see that what I may mention concerning staff welfareism, you promote them, you take care of them, you increase their salary. That shows that you are a listening board, because I may mention of such. I sincerely appreciate you for this wonderful performance. You gave them perfect training. And at the same time, looking at the way we are continuing by having these magnanimous results, if we should continue for 2 years, our share price will increase to 30 Naira. And we need to give you kudos to commend you at this difficult terrain, at this political tussle, at this frustrating economy we find ourselves in Nigeria. But I want to say something because I can see hope in the coming regime, this new coming regime that will be sworn in on the 29th. I can see hope. I can see the brighter future. I want you, please, and I can see total transformation. I want you, please, to get connected so as to tap from the resources of the new coming government. And I hope that by doing so, our company will maximize, will increase better and better. So on the final note, my able chairman, I want to appreciate the audit committee. I want to appreciate the CFO. He performed excellently. Company secretary, 247, I used to disturb him Because I sent some sensitive questions to him. If he's not available, he will say, I will revert. In the night, he used to call. So that shows that he's perfect on his table. You just keep it up. I wish you a better result coming year. Why we live to live in a symbiotic relationship so as to add intrinsic value to our sustainability and profitability. Once again, Comrade Lawrence Ogutoyi. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Amazing comments, amazing commendations. Thank you for all you have said. First of all, let me say that whatever result you've seen, a man does not make a forest. The directors have been extremely wonderful. They put in their best. The management have done everything they could do possible. And I don't want to forget our workers, because these are guys, or these are men and women, rain, sunshine, they are there. Night, day, they are there, risking their lives, even though they are earning their salaries. However, it takes a man who believes in something to put their lives on the line for the job. So I want to especially thank them for doing their job and for owing NAHCO, because if you don't believe in something, you won't put it there. So it comes from the bottom, not even from the top, from us. I want to thank them very well. Just as I said, again, even in the management, there are some outstanding ones that I can always say they've done so well to produce this result. However, I think I don't even have anything to answer. Just a question. So it's just commendation, but I will also let you know that we're doing our best. We will make sure that we cope the ecosystem to make sure that we consolidate and produce better results next year. We need to invest so much in equipment. Our equipment are under serious pressures because, I mean, we do about 85% of the foreign airlines, and that is where the cost is really coming from in ground handling. Not only that, it costs us less to do cargo, but when it comes to ground handling, it costs us more. So a lot of it is being done to make sure that we satisfy our customers. I mean, no matter the number of equipment you have with the kind of clients we have, and we are still expecting more, then the equipment are under control. And these are not equipment that you can get off the shelf. So I promise you we continue to strive harder, work harder, and produce better results. Just like I always say, I'm a recipient of whether good or bad. So, and I would like it to be good, and I promise you we'll do better next year. Thank you very much. So, pursuant to Section 248 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, I hereby direct that a poll be taken on all resolutions for consideration at this meeting, except the resolution for the election of members of the Statutory Audit Committee, which shall be shown of hands. Proxy form duly submitted to the registrar prior to this meeting, which have been collated by the registrar, indicate that some shareholders have already voted. I call on the registrar to explain the pool voting procedure to the members for passing the resolutions to be proposed at this meeting. Registrar, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Distinguished shareholders, we're about to commence the voting session, and voting at this meeting is going to be by poll. Each voting session will last for approximately 20 seconds. For shareholders voting in favor of any resolution, you press the number 1 button on your devices, and thereafter you press the OK button to submit your votes. If you are voting against a resolution, you press the number 2 button and press the OK button to submit your votes. If you're abstaining from a resolution, you press the number 3 button, and thereafter press the OK button to submit your vote. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We have now come to item number 2 on the agenda, which is declaration of dividend of 120 kobo per share amounting to 2,338,874,000 Naira only, payable in respect of the year ended 31st of December 2022. The dividend proposed, if approved by the shareholders, is payable on Friday, 26th May 2023, to all shareholders whose names appear in the Registrar of Members at the close of business on Friday, 12th of May 2022. I therefore hereby move that a dividend of 120 kobo per share amounting to 2,338,874,000 Naira only be and is hereby declared payable in respect of the year 31st of December 2022. Would somebody please second the motion? Okay, you, sir.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Ibekwe Roberts Adenoba, a shareholder, I stand to second that motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hereby direct the poll on the motion be taken by using the poll voting devices. I hereby call on the registrar to coordinate the voting procedure.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On the resolution to declare a dividend, voting starts now. The voting session is ended, Mr. Chairman. May I have a permission for the results? On resolution to declare dividend, we have 100% vote in favor of this resolution, amounting to 857,195,278 units of shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Registrar. I didn't expect anything less than that. Ladies and gentlemen, having the voting results on the poll which have been taken on the motion, that a dividend of 120 kobo per share amounting to 2,338,874,000 Naira only be and is hereby declared payable in respect of the year 31st of December 2022. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you very much. Agenda number 3, re-election of directors. The next business is the re-election of directors retiring by rotation in accordance with Articles 107 to 109 of the Articles of Association of the Company. The 3 directors that are retiring by rotation seeking re-election are Dr. Shende Fadeni, Tafid Oluwatosin Salman, and Professor Avian Opera. Since I'm one of the directors retiring and seeking a election, I will hand over to the Vice Chairman to preside over the election. We shall now proceed on the election. Okay, Vice Chairman, you're
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we shall now proceed with the re-election one by one. I hereby move that Dr. Shende Fadeni Oladapo Fadeni be and is hereby re-elected as the director of the company. Would someone please second the motion? You, sir.
Brude Moses, rise to second that motion.
Thank you very much. I hereby direct that a poll on the motion be taken using the poll voting devices, and I call on the registrars to coordinate the voting procedure.
On the resolution to re-elect Dr. Shende Oladapo Fadeni as a director, voting starts now. The voting session has ended. With your permission, Mr. Chairman. On the resolution to re-elect Dr. Sinde Oladepo Fadeni as director, we have 100% vote in favor of this resolution, amounting to 857,191,892 units of shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, having the voting results on the polls which have been taken on the motion that Dr. Sinde Oladepo Fadeni be and is hereby re-elected a director of the company, I hereby declare that the motion has been fully carried. Thank you. I hereby move that Mr. Taufik Oluwatoyin Salman be and is hereby re-elected a director of the company. Would someone please second the motion? You, sir.
My name is Obina Owosu. I second the motion.
Thank you very much. I hereby direct that a poll on the motion be taken by using the poll voting devices, and I call on the registrars to coordinate the voting procedure.
On the resolution to re-elect Mr. Taufik Oluwatoyin Salman as a director, voting starts now. The voting session has ended. With your permission, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
On the resolution to re-elect Mr. Taufik Oluwatoyin Salman as a director, we have 100% vote in favor of this resolution, amounting to 857,130,205 units of shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Now I move, having the voting result on the polls which have been taken on the motion. Sorry. Now I move that Professor Ayina Okpara be and is hereby elected a director of the company. Would someone please second the motion? Yes, sir.
Much, our chairman, Ibekwe Roberts Adenoba. I stand to second that motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hereby direct that a poll on the motion be taken by using the poll voting devices, and I call on the registrars to coordinate the voting procedure.
On the resolution to re-elect Professor Ayina Okpara as a director, voting starts. The voting session has ended. With your permission, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
On the resolution to re-elect Professor Ayina Okpara as a director, we have 100% vote in favor of this resolution, amounting to 857,111,360 units of shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, having the voting result on the polls which have been taken on the motion that Professor Ayina Okpara be and is hereby re-elected the director of the company, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. I don't know whether we did that after. Okay. Thank you very much. I now hand over to the chairman to continue presiding over the meeting.
Vice Chairman, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You didn't do any coup before I came back. So. We now come to item 5 on the agenda, which concerns authorizing the directors to fix the remuneration of external auditors. Mrs. Ernst and Young have been appointed as the auditors of the company, and Section 408, 1B of the company's Allied and Matters 2020 requires that their remuneration be fixed by the company at the general meeting, or in such manner as the company general meeting may determine. I therefore hereby move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the year ending 31st of December 2023. Will someone please second the motion?
I so second, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Thank
you. I hereby that a poll on the motion be taken by using the poll voting devices, and I call on the registrar to coordinate the voting procedure.
On the resolution to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of external auditors, voting starts now. The voting session is ended. With your permission, Mr. Chairman. On the resolution to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditors, we have 100% vote in favor of this resolution, amounting to 857,199,774 units of shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ladies and gentlemen, having the voting result on the polls which have been taken on the motion, that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the year ending 31st of December 2023, I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Agenda 5, disclosure of remuneration of managers of the company. The next item on the agenda is to disclose the remuneration of the managers. Please be informed that further to the provisions of Section 257 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, the remuneration of the managers of the company for the year ended 31st of December 2022 is stated on page 119, note 86 of the annual report and accounts. Election of Audit Committee members. The next item on the agenda concerns the election of members of the Audit Committee. Please be informed that in compliance with Section 404, Section 3 of Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, which provides the composition of the Audit Committee to be 3 shareholders and 2 non-executive directors, your directors have resolved to appoint and as their representatives on the Audit Committee the following directors: Engineer Mohammed Gambo Umar, MNI, and Mr. Tajuddin Subayo, FCA. The company secretary has received nominations for the 3 places to represent shareholders on the Audit Committee, and I call on the company secretary to read the names of the nominees.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In accordance with Section 404, subsection 6 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, members are to send to the company secretary at least 21 days before the annual general meeting nomination letters for any 3 shareholders to represent the shareholders on the Audit Committee. The nominations received by me are 23, out of which the following have been verified and validated by the registrars. 1, Dr. Okpan Awhua, nominated by Mr. Oyenuga Adewale. 2, Alhaji Mohammed Gambopage, nominated by Brigadier General Samuel Adebayo. Number 3, Mrs. Bakare Adebisi Oluyemisi, nominated by Mr. Akilade Matthew.
Consequently, since only 3 shareholders are required to serve on the Statutory Audit Committee, and there are only 3 valid nominations from shareholders, there's no need for an election. I now move that pursuant to Section 404, subsection 2 and 3 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, an Audit Committee be and is hereby constituted with the following members until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting: Dr. Okpan Awhua, Alhaji Mohammed Gambo Fage, Mrs. Bakari Adebisi Oluwayemisi, Engineer Gambo, Mohammed Gambo Umar, MNI, Mr. Tajuddin Moyosola Shobayo, FCA. Will someone please second this motion, please? Yeah. Thank you very much. Those in favor should raise their hands. Those against should raise their hands. I hereby declare that the motion is duly carried out. Agenda 7, remunerations of directors. The next item on the agenda is special business requiring an ordinary resolution to fix the remuneration of the directors. In accordance with the section 293, section 1, of paragraph 1 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, I hereby move that the remuneration.
I want to make the observation with appeal, sir, that since you are a beneficiary of this particular motion, I appeal that you hand over this to an executive, because I know all the non-executive directors are going to benefit from this. With your permission, I ask that...
Are you sure that the executives will not benefit?
the executives may not benefit from this payment. It's for the non-executive directors, and that is how it should be, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Ibekwe is my name, Robert Adenova.
So who do I hand over to? Go ahead. Just
in accordance with the thank you, sir. In accordance with the section 293(1) of Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, I hereby move that the remuneration of the non-executive directors for the year ending 31st December 2023 until reviewed by the company at the annual general meeting be and is hereby fixed at Naira 150 million, subject to deduction of appropriate withholding tax where applicable. Would someone please second the motion?
I second the motion.
Okay.
You made the observation and you want to second the motion. I hear.
I hereby direct that a poll on the motion be taken by using the poll voting devices, and I call on the registrars to coordinate the voting procedure.
On the resolution to approve the remuneration of the directors of the company for the year ending 31st December 2023, voting starts now. The voting session has ended. With your permission.
Just wait.
On the resolution to approve the remuneration of the directors of the company for the year ended December 31st, 2023, we have 100% vote in favor of this resolution, amounting to 857,200,803 units of shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ladies and gentlemen, having the voting result on the poll, which have been taken on the motion, that the remuneration of the non-executive directors for the year ending 31st December 2023 until reviewed by the company at the annual general meeting be and is hereby fixed at Naira 150 million, subject to the deduction of the appropriate withholding taxes wherever applicable. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried.
Ladies and gentlemen, having voted related party transactions. This item is also special business requiring your approval of related party transactions. I therefore move that pursuant to Rule 20.8 of the Nigerian Exchange Issuers Rules, the general mandate given to the company to procure goods and services and enter into such incidental transactions necessary for its day-to-day operations from its related parties or interested persons on normal commercial terms be and is hereby renewed. Will someone please second the motion? Please do. Thank you. I hereby direct that the poll on the motion be taken by using the poll voting devices, and I call on the registrar to coordinate the voting procedure.
On the resolution to approve recurrent related party transactions, voting starts now. The voting session is ended. With your permission, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
On the resolution to approve recurrent related party transactions, we have 100% vote in favor of this resolution, amounting to 857,199,547 units of shares. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Registrar. Ladies and gentlemen, having the voting results on the poll which have been taken on the motion, that pursuant to Rule 20.8 of Nigeria Exchange Issuers Rule, the general mandate given to the company to procure goods and services and enter into such incidental transactions necessary for its day-to-day operations from its related parties or interested persons on normal commercial terms be and is hereby renewed. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried out. End of meeting. We have come to the end of the business of this meeting. On behalf of the board and management of your company and the workers, I thank you for your attendance and the keen interest you have demonstrated in the affairs of your company. May God bless us and the company. I hereby declare the meeting closed and call on Alhaji Gambo, Mohammed Gambo, to offer the prayers.
Yeah. He's the chairman. He can do as he believes. Sometimes I'm chairman, sometimes I'm Alhaji. It's okay. Let me stand. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we thank you very much for your presence at our meeting. We thank you for all the fine ladies and gentlemen that attended the meeting and for their extremely useful contributions. We can see that all of us are very, very mature. In fact, the last comment made by the gentleman who requested that the chairman should actually leave and allow executives to preside over a particular section of the meeting was extremely, an intelligent move, and the chairman, being the humble man that he is, readily accepted that, and I believe that should be the spirit of running our company. We thank God for being in our presence, and we appreciate your very valuable contributions. I thank all my directors and the chairman in particular for leading this company to greater heights. Thank you very much. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Malik Yawmiddin Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim sirat alladhina an'amta alayhim غير المكتوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I don't say what doesn't play.
You perform.
Are you going back?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, comrade. Thank you. Thank you.